Hey guys, today we're going to be making a Tuscan steak. We've got a sirloin steaks here, and we're going to use that for our steaks. But follow along. I hope you enjoy it. Never made this before, so new recipe. So follow along, guys. Okay, I want to show you the ingredients that we're going to be using in our Tuscan sirloin steak. We have a really nice cut of sirloin steak. We got 2 slices of it. We have, we're going to be using some onion powder. I generally would use real onions, but I'm out of onions, so I'm just going to use onion powder today. Got some cilantro leaves, some cayenne pepper, some chopped chives. That's going to help add for the onions. Some Himalayan salt, some stuffed olives. Got these red sweet pepper strips. That's some minced garlic. I'll be using this beef base for my beef broth base on it. I usually use beef bouillon, but I'm out of beef broth today, so I'm using the beef base to make it. A little corn starch to thicken it up when we're done. And we're going to saute the steaks in extra virgin olive oil. So these are our ingredients, so follow along. Alright, first thing we're going to do is season up our steaks. We've got some onion powder. Got some cilantro leaves. I just found these at the store. I used these in a recipe the other day, and they really add some nice flavor. I love cilantro, so we're going to add some cilantro leaves over top of them. And give a little bit of cayenne pepper here to give it a little spice up for it. Some chopped chives. This again will help, since we don't have any real onions. This will help add onion flavor. Got a little bit of pink Himalayan pink salt. Put that open here and add some to it. All right, so that's pretty much the initial ingredients, but what we want to do next here is we want to go ahead and we're going to add some extra virgin olive oil to our Instant Pot, and then we're going to set it on the saute mode and let it wait. When it says hot, and we can go ahead and saute up our steaks. All right guys, our Instant Pot's on saute and it's up to the heat. It always says hot when it comes up to the heat, so we're going to take a couple tongs here, and we're going to place these right in the bottom here. I always pour the juices up on top because I like to maintain that flavor there by keeping the juices up on top. So we only sauteed or seasoned one side, so we're going to go ahead and add our cilantro leaves here. That way both sides get nicely seasoned. A little bit of this pink Himalayan salt. Need to find more about pink Himalayan salt. I'm not sure what makes it pink and what makes it Himalayan. But we're going to add a little bit of that to the top. Some of the chopped chives. They're going to add a little of those. Onion powder. Normally I probably wouldn't use onion powder, but since I'm out of onions, it's the end of the month, we gotta go to the grocery store. But I'm gonna add a little onion powder. And then just a little spritz of cayenne pepper, just to give it a little extra spice here. Okay, we're gonna saute these down probably a couple minutes on each side and turn them over in between times. Just kind of let them brown up real nicely here. Now I haven't added my garlic. I'll use the minced garlic, but I don't always add garlic right away when you're sauteing, because sometimes these garlics tend to burn, and you don't want burnt garlic. Then the flavor just doesn't come out the same. So I kind of add it at the end when I get ready to add my other liquids to it. So we'll be adding the garlic here in just a bit. All right, let's just flip them over here. You see that one side just starting to brown up nicely. Just want to saute them for, 2 to 3 minutes on each side so you get a nice brown on them. And then after that, we'll go ahead and take them out and put them on the plate, and then we'll deglaze it. So we'll show you how to do that here in a minute. Okay guys, we've sauteed our steaks down here. You want to get ready to pull them out. You can see they got a nice color on them where they just started to brown up. Yeah, just gotta get a lot of flavor there out of that sauteing. So now what we want to do here is we're going to be using water here to make our beef bouillon. So it's going to kind of splash up because we have grease in here, but we want to deglaze. The idea of this is to deglaze the bottom of our Instapot and get all that flavor that we had on the sauteing them. So we're going to work them down in here and just let that water to start to heat up, deglaze the pot. But first thing we're going to do here is we're going to add this is broth-based seasoning. You actually get this at Walmart. It's called Orrington Farms. I've been using this a lot, so when I'm out of liquid beef broth, I make my own. It says on the lid, 2 teaspoons of base makes 1 cup of broth. So we should actually put about 4. Now, I like more flavor, so instead of teaspoons, I'm going to put about 4 tablespoons just to increase the flavor profile. Now, if you don't want yours quite as flavorful, you can put less on it, but I like flavor, so I add the extra. So we're going to stir that in. And see, we're already getting the bottom of our pan is deglazed there. We get all those beautiful flavors and stuff that we get from sauteing the meat. We get those brought up from the bottom. Now what we're going to do here is we're going to go ahead and add our sirloin steaks back into the pot. Now we're going to add stuffed olives. This is what helps make it Tuscan-y. So I'm going to pour some of the olive brine off into it, and then we're going to just go ahead and add a liberal amount of olives over top all this. You have to use almost a half a jar of olives. I've got this sweet red pepper strips. Again, this is a new product that I haven't used, so we're going to try to get it open. There it goes. Got a little juice coming out. I'm going to add a little of the juice of that to it. And then we're going to add these. They're just almost like a red pepper. We're going to add the red pepper around here over our steaks. And again, I'm going to add a liberal amount of these. And then the last thing I want to do now is go ahead and add my garlic, my minced garlic. And so again, we're going to put a liberal amount. I like garlic. All my ingredients is, if you notice, I'm not one to measure much. I've always done it that way. So you can add more or less, however you prefer. You know, if you like higher flavors, you can add more. If you add less, to make a little less flavors. But I like big, bold flavors. So at this point, we've got everything in the pot. We're going to go ahead and put our lid on. I'm going to hit cancel. Get our lid back in place. Lock it down. Now we're just going to put it on steam. And we're going to put it for 15 minutes. There we go, 15 minutes. At that point, it should be ready to go. And then what's left, we'll take our steaks out, and then we'll make our gravy, because we're going to make up some instant mashed potatoes to go along with it. So it's on its way. I'll be back in 15 minutes. All right, guys, it's been 15 minutes. I've already let the steam off the pot. Oh, it looks really good. You see these olives floating around down here. So what we want to do is we want to go ahead and take our steaks out. Got 2 plates here, one for Sue, one for me. I'm going to I got an olive on that plate already. There it is. That steak's nice and done. So what we're going to do now is go ahead. We want to get some of these olives and stuff and put it over top of our steaks. So I have a slotted spoon here. And so actually we're going to kind of just lay some of these right alongside. And make up a plate with the red peppers and the olives. Because what we're going to do then after this, we're going to go ahead and make a gravy for our mashed potatoes. We made some instant mashed potatoes. So trying to get the majority of these. Don't have to get them all out, but try to get a majority of the olives and the red peppers out. All right, look at there. So next step is I've got some cornstarch. I've put this on the saute mode to keep it nice and warm. But we've put a couple tablespoons of cornstarch in water, and we're going to make sure that's mixed up thoroughly. And then we're going to go ahead and just add it to the remaining broth that's made up here, and let that thicken up a little bit to make our gravy. So I'm going to let that go here for a bit, but in the meantime I'm going to go ahead and plate us up some mashed potatoes. Get some of our utensils out of our way for now. I made these, I use these instant mashed potatoes a lot. They're really easy. I mean, okay, I grant you they're not as good as just peeling potatoes and making regular homemade potatoes, but these aren't too bad. And so what we're going to do is go ahead and plate up some potatoes. This is kind of my favorite part. I love mashed potatoes with gravy over them. So I'm going to make up a couple dishes of here with the mashed potatoes. There we go. We've got our plates prepared with the mashed potatoes. Let's see how our thickening's coming along. Not too bad, starting to thicken up a little bit. The cornstarch just helps it. So as we let it thicken up here, we're going to go ahead and hit the cancel button. And now I'm going to take a regular spoon and spoon some of the gravy over top of our mashed potatoes. And again, there's still some of the red peppers, and there's some of the olives, so you know they can go right alongside that with the mashed potatoes. There we go, guys. Look at that. There's a Tuscany sirloin steak with mashed potatoes and gravy. Came out good first time I made it, so let's move some stuff here up the side here and give it a try. I'm going to cut just a little bit of that steak off there and just see what it tastes like. Looks pretty tender. So there we go. Oh, that's delicious. This has got the olives. I've never cooked with olives before, and that really adds an additional flavor. Plus, I love olives, and you got an olive to go along with it. So, guys, give this one a try. Tuscany sirloin steak with mashed potatoes. Hope you enjoyed following along there. If you did, give us a thumbs up, and if you have any questions, comments, leave it in the section below. If you're not a subscriber, I invite you to hit the subscribe button. We make all kinds of cooking videos and other videos, so if you want to be notified of our next video, just hit the bell at the top. That'll notify when we have a new one coming out. We usually do cooking videos on Wednesdays. So, hope you guys enjoyed. We'll see you next time. Happy eating Tuscany sirloin steak. Hey guys, if you want to order some merchandise, we have stickers available. We have coffee chat mugs, and we have t-shirts. Just click the area where the description below, and you can order it. The Stickers are $5 each, and you can put your address there, and so we know where to mail them to. So if you want any merchandise, you can click the description area.